this was something that was just like larger than life. And the message of training, saying your prayers, eating your vitamins, that's something that that stuck with me as a kid, and I know influenced so many other kids all around the country. And if you think about it, so we actually were able to come here at the end of May. And we were in town, and my kids who are in elementary school, they know Hulk. And they think about Hulk when they think about, and they like wrestling, they like all this stuff. So we came here and were able to meet him. And they got to meet him at the end of May. And but they had, my daughter asked him about wrestling Andre the Giant because they knew he had done that. They'd seen the videos. My son asked him if he had ever been hit over the head with a guitar by the Honky Tonk Man. He said one time that happened. I know Jimmy Hart probably has the background on all that. And I'm just thinking to myself, just as a dad with these young kids, like, how many people from like my childhood would my kids even recognize, right? I mean, maybe they know like Michael Jordan, maybe they know, but like there ain't many, right? And, so Hulk from like the mid 80s all the way till the end, anytime he went anywhere, instantly recognizable. I mean, everyone knows Hulk Hogan. If you think about, they did the big, first WrestleMania was a big deal. It had like Mr. T, and, he had been in Rocky III with Sylvester Stallone and Mr. T as Thunder Lips, which is a big deal. Then WrestleMania was like a whole new paradigm. And then really the third WrestleMania when he wrestled Andre, that was like the biggest thing that had ever happened. But then, and a lot of people don't realize, after that WrestleMania, they did another Hogan Andre. It was on NBC. And it got 37 million viewers on NBC for that rematch. Now think about it. Is there anything in America other than the Super Bowl that can pull 37 million viewers? And we have many more people in the country today than we did then. So that was like a really, really significant impact. And, just as somebody who grew up with that, I kind of identified with how people responded. I think when he passed away, you had a really organic outpouring because people just, he was one of the flashpoints in their life. They remember being a kid. They remember following him through the years. And so I think it brought a lot to the forefront for a lot of people. But I also was somebody, so as governor, as a Floridian, he was proud to be a Floridian. I mean, he loved this state. He loved this community. So we were happy to declare August 1st Hulk Hogan Day in the state of Florida. And we had fun doing that. And it's great, and we were happy to do it. And so, but we also wanted to think about, okay, is there anything else we can do that's more lasting than that, especially in this community, here in the Tampa Bay area and Pinellas County? I mean, like, I grew up in Pinellas County, and so we knew he was somebody that was linked to the area, had deep roots in Tampa, obviously lived out here, whether Bel Air or Clearwater Beach, for so many, many years. So we wanted to see, is there something we can do, that would be meaningful and that would really, I think, be a fitting tribute. So, sometimes you can name, we'll name this walkway or this street or something, and we thought about doing that, but we also said, what would be the most fitting with Hulk's persona of training, saying your prayers, eating your vitamins. And so we thought about this Clearwater portion of the Clearwater Trail that we could dedicate in Hulk's memory. And so I'm proud to announce today that we are officially establishing the Hulk Hogan Trail on a 2-mile portion of the Clearwater Trail between Oak Avenue and Coronado Drive. And so I think it's... And so you'll see those signs, but what we're also going to do is have different types of, and it'll be in the red and yellow colors, different types of exercise stations along the way. Because, people bike, they run, they walk, but, why not have a pull-up bar there or something so people can knock? I mean, honestly, if you go for a 2-3 mile walk and you knock out 30 pull-ups or something, along the way, do 3 sets of 10, something like that, that's going to make a big difference. So that'll be done. We'll take care of all that. And I think it's something that is exciting. It shows that, his memory is going to live a long time. I mean, it was always said Hulkamania is going to live forever. I don't think you're going to ever find somebody that's going to be able to eclipse him in terms of the star power that he brought to professional wrestling. And, when people say it's fake, let me tell you something. It isn't fake when you get thrown out of the ring and you land on a concrete floor. It's not fake when you get body slammed by Andre the Giant, and when you're wrestling like almost every day going over and over again. That's a massive wear and tear on your body, especially in those days, because they were doing so many of these shows that were never on TV. I mean, you'd have some TV, but most of the stuff they were doing, it was to pack people into to these arenas, and 99% of the people there were there to see Hulk Hogan. So this is something that he did this for a long time. It is not easy. Don't let anyone tell you that it's easy. I've been able to go to the WWE Performance Center, watch how those guys train and doing all that stuff, and it's very, very impressive. So we're excited about this. We think it's fitting. We do have some other folks. We're going to hear from Nick, and then also Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart. So first, Nick Hogan, Hulk's son, is going to come up and say a few things. So come on up.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us here at Hogan's Hangout. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you on behalf of myself, my father, and my entire family to Governor Ron DeSantis for giving us this honor. And thank you to the state of Florida, Pinellas County, and the city of Clearwater for helping to make this happen. This is something that my dad would be so, so proud of, because Clearwater was always home for him. No matter how far he traveled around the world or where his career took him, he always was grounded here, and he loved this community, and he loved the people here. So to know that a piece of the Clearwater Trail has been dedicated in his honor is something that he would be so, so, so proud of and so happy about. So thank you, Governor Ron DeSantis, for that, and thank you to everybody that's involved in making that happen. I would also like to say that the spirit of this trail, being, like he said, the training, saying your prayers, eating your vitamins, that was the motto my dad lived by. And he loved to inspire people to be the best version of themselves. So this trail isn't just a dedication. This is a living legacy on behalf of my father that can carry that spirit forward for everybody that's outdoors, exercising, trying to become the best version of themselves in his name. So that is amazing, and we are unbelievably proud of that. I'd also like to recognize Governor Ron DeSantis for his leadership and everything he's done for the people of Florida and the state of Florida, because myself, my father, our entire family are huge supporters of Governor DeSantis and his vision that he has for Florida. So thank you, Governor Ron DeSantis. We are really proud of this, and I'm excited to go get a workout in. So what you going to do when you train on the Hulk Hogan Trail?
All right, I think we've got... So this is also another thing to kind of, I guess, a rendering of what you see. We're going to have some different equipment and whatnot along the way, and I think it's going to be really, really good for that. So I want to thank Nick and his family for being here. We also have another wrestling legend here today, Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart, and anybody that's ever watched wrestling knows about Jimmy Hart. He was with Hulk from the very beginning, back in like the 70s when they were doing stuff in Memphis, and then obviously both ended up in the then WWF together. And Jimmy, he had that megaphone, and sometimes that would be used illicitly to help win matches for people like the Honky Tonk Man. But that's just the way it goes, right? I mean, And so he had all those people he was managing, but then when Hulk went to WCW, then that's when they really, formally joined forces, and he was, at Hulk's side on all that for so many years, and really honored to have Jimmy Hart here. He's somebody that's also lives in the Tampa Bay area and has been friends with the Hulk for many years. So Jimmy, come on up here, my man.
First of all, thank you so much. Hulk will be happy, Nick. Another sellout. Another sellout. Standing room only, a line out front. I got to tell you, every now and then, Huck and I would talk politics. And I got to tell you, Governor, you were his favorite. He said, I love the governor, man. And I said, he's right, because you've done so much for this state, and Huck loved you tremendously. So I'm just letting you know that. I'm just letting you know that, bottom line. You know, I know the Huckster's up in heaven right now. He's looking down here on this little beach bar, and he's with Andre the Giant, and of course, he's with Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, and the list goes on. And they're saying, look, man, you got a state trail named after you. What do you think? And he's going to go, this is great, because I got my beach bar here in Clearwater Beach. I've got my wrestling shop right a few doors down here in Clearwater Beach. My homes are in Clearwater Beach. I love Clearwater Beach, so this is such a great day. And I'm going to make this short and sweet, because I got to fly to L.A. real quick here. But I got to tell you something. What's so cool about this is that, and I get kind of sentimental when I talk about it, because this is where Hook and I would always do karaoke every Monday night here. I'm sorry. And we'd always sit here, do karaoke. And the last thing he said to me, he said, Jimmy Hart, I want you to go up and do your song, Keep on Dancing, for me, which I really hated doing. I was telling my age now. I was part of a group in the 60s called the Gentrys. We had a million seller called Keep on Dancing. And so we did it. And I did it for him, and I'm glad I did. And I won the championship belt here for doing that, for karaoke. But I just want to thank TKO, the WWE, and of course you, Governor. Thank you for everything y'all have done for him, and all the millions and millions of Hulkamaniacs around the world. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if Huck was here, I know what he would say. Jimmy Hart, buy everybody here a real American beer. Thank y'all. We love you. Thank you.